How's it going, everyone? Hope you're doing fantastic, and if you're new here, I highly suggest subscribing so you don't miss any more tech videos like this. Now, just recently, I put out a video talking about my PlayStation VR and reviewing it. You can hit the little iCard up here in the little corner if you want to watch that video and what I think about it in 2018. But I recently found out you could pretty much hook this thing up to a PC machine, like a gaming PC. And I tried it out. It's terrible, and it allowed me to elaborate why you probably shouldn't be doing this. This thing is just a freaking headache. I mean, look at this. I got wires going everywhere. I think there's more wires than the Oculus or Vive VR headset usually requires. But I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my experience, some ups and downs, the installation process, which by the way was surprisingly extremely easy. But there's a bunch of drivers, programs you gotta go through to really perfect this. And there's also this adapter called a null that basically, at the end of the day, it's gonna cost about the same as a Oculus Rift or HTC Vive. So just continue watching the video if you wanna find out my experience, my dead honest review on what I think about hooking the PSVR to the PC. Now let's get to it. Alright, so the minimum specifications isn't really clarified by the publisher of this application, but what I've been seeing was people who have GTX's 960 graphics card are able to operate the VR headset just fine. Since the PSVR does operate in a lower resolution, so if your graphics card is equivalent to a 960, you should be just fine with the minimum at least 8GB of DDR3 RAM with a dual core or better processor. So in other words, any modern gaming PC should do just fine. But some of the important ports you will be required to have is a USB 3 port that's available, as well as an extra HDMI port. And it's okay to use one of these HDMI to DVI converters, they'll work just fine. So I'm not going to do a full tutorial on how to set this up, but the process to install and wire everything was extremely easy. There's many different tutorials out there online, subreddits, forums, but the most useful guide I found was actually from a fellow YouTuber who goes by the name JReGames. I'll have a link to his channel in the video description down below, but his channel is fully dedicated for the PlayStation VR on the PC. He has many different tutorials, many different guides, and those were the guides that I followed and helped me throughout this entire process. So for the more basic setup, all you really need is just one program, and that is called Trias. Trias is unfortunately a paid program that converted, I believe it's $28 US, but the download is free since it does give you a 15-minute trial period, which should be enough time to see how your computer performs. And the timer will reset each time you open up the application, so you have plenty of time to test it out on pretty much any VR game. Although, to be honest, my experience with this program hasn't been pleasant. There's been multiple times when the program just becomes unresponsive, freezes, it's just filled with a bunch of bugs. Even with the necessary drivers, settings, I will still face these issues. And another thing I'm not a huge fan of is the startup process whenever you want to play a VR game. So this is going to be a complete reset. I just rebooted the computer, and these are the process that you will have to take in order for you to play a VR game using the VR headset. So step number one, we're going to right click on Trias, run as administrator. It's going to ask us yes or no, yes. And from here we take our VR headset, place on a flat surface, and you want to go ahead and make sure everything's right. Oh, big important part, I almost forgot. See, this is another thing you got to remember. Right here, you're going to have to go down on resolution and change it to the same resolution, your main display, to the same resolution that matches the VR headset, which is 1920 by 1080p. So keep these changes, and you're going to make sure this is extended, nothing else is adjusted, and now you could take the VR headset and place it on the flat surface and hit start. One of the few steps you gotta take each time you want to play with this. So the computer will automatically turn it on, and right here is where it tells you when it's complete. Once you see that, you're good to go. Now, you don't minimize this, you don't exit off of this, you just move it on the side somewhere. And now you're gonna launch Steam VR, but you're also gonna run as administrator. Hit yes. Alright, we're done. Minimize that window. And now let's launch a VR game. Now Minecraft actually has a Vive VR, and Trias, what it does, it tricks the computer in believing that this VR headset is a Vive VR headset. So let's hit play and begin our gameplay and see what I mean that it's not perfect. So right now, as you're seeing, there, we're not in the center. So let's go ahead and quickly run room setup once again. Believe me, by once again, I mean like I've done this multiple times. And it's gonna take us to this. So we're gonna do standing, and we're gonna actually stand up real quick. So calibrate, we don't have the front center like the Vive VR does. So this is one of the issues, and this is why you gotta buy other stuff. So CM, I think that's roughly 300. I'll say 210 just to be safe. Oh, we could have done inches, oh well. Now let's go back to Minecraft. Let's see if it thinks we're in the center. Yes, it thinks we're in the center. Now we gotta stay perfectly straight, and now it's kind of wobbly. Why is it wobbly? I don't know. And another annoying thing, there's this annoying menu, which probably is not being captured on the Elgato capture card. Let me grab my phone so you guys know what I'm talking about. There. You see that little menu? You can't see it on the capture card, but using my camera, I'm just going to place it on the lens. But that, it's unclickable. That is another bug. And if you notice, we barely moved, and it's the gyroscope inside this thing, the helmet, I forgot the word for it. Things we're walking around, but we really aren't. So tracking issue is the #1 problem with using the PSVR. While standing, we're gonna go back in Minecraft. Alright, and so far we teleported some more, as well as our height. Our height also moved. Here we are in Minecraft, and the menu is right there, and we are still continuing to teleport. So let's try to play a game right here. Go. Oh my god, we are so off. We teleported some more. Alright, where are we? Alright. Chickens. I'm actually jumping. I think that's my body. There's like no way to censor this. It constantly thinks we're moving. Another thing you gotta consider about this, if you have a PSVR and you're actually using it on your PS4, like how it should, if you get a firmware update, it's possible in the future this could be patched so the computer can no longer register it. And honestly, from my experience, I don't mind. I think it's a good thing, because this is not meant to be played on this thing. Let's go ahead and try a different game and do the room adjustment this time. This time we're gonna collaborate it so it's sitting. So I'm gonna stay perfectly flat, straight right here. Looking straight like a moron. Our distance from the headset to the floor. Next. Alright, we're done. Let's play NVIDIA VR. So the game should be loading. Once again, I got that stupid menu I was telling you about earlier that's unclickable. Let me see if I can get the mouse in here. Alright, we're in the center, sort of. Okay, I was able to get the mouse in there to minimize that freaking window that used to pop up. Alright, well, there we go. Can I use these? I can. Alright. Notice I'm looking sideways. What is going on? I'm a ghost. At least I'm glad to see that the controller worked. But I'm facing this way. What gives? Why am I flying? Where's my hands? What happened to my hands? I lost my hands. Oh, there they are. Why did it mix? Where am I? Oh my god. I cannot play this. So, in conclusion, to anybody who's looking for a cheap VR headset, this is not the way to do it. In order to get this perfected, you gotta buy other programs, other devices, like a Microsoft Kinect, which is really affordable, but there's other sensors you need to purchase and programs to also buy in order to get the Move controllers to operate with the computer, as J. Ree Games demonstrated on his YouTube video. And at the end of the day, you pretty much spend as much as a Reef would cost you. And going with the Reef route, you won't have to do all these steps you saw here on changing our screen resolution and doing run as administrator steps and so on. This is only made for the PS4 and works extremely well for the PlayStation. So if you like this video, you know what to do. And if I saved you from a financial mistake, comment down below. And if you actually did want the PSVR route, comment down below how you managed to deal with all these issues once in a while. But as always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.